Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to the special edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. It is that time of the week again to count down the 10 hottest Magic cards of the week, and you're going to see two big themes throughout this video today. Modern Horizons 2, its impact on the modern format is moving card prices, and Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, its impact on the Commander format is moving card prices. Quickly before we get started though, just a fast reminder, if you go to FlipsideGaming.com, you can use the Heroes promo code to save 10% on orders over $10. Currently, you can pick up Modern Horizons 2 products there. They also have a number of other things on their website. And remember, orders over $100, or if your order only consists of singles, shipping will be free in the United States. Also, whenever you use the promo code, it does support the channel, which is always appreciated, so thank you. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 happens to be a card for Modern Horizons 2. It is Fury. It's up 304 this week to 1097. That is a 38% increase. This is a good time to let you know how we compile our top 10 every week. We look at two pieces of criteria. The first is the percentage increase of these cards. The second is a true increase in sales out there. So if you're expecting a card to be here and it doesn't show up, then it fell short in one or both of those categories. With that out of the way, let's talk about Fury. Why is this card so hot? Basically, it mostly boils down to Modern. You're going to find this in 5-color Elementals, a very popular deck there right now. Also, this is in Gruul mid-range, Mono Red aggro, many times Crashing Footfalls, another very popular build, and more. Legacy, you're going to find this in Mono Red Prison, Food Chain, sometimes Goblins, and more there. Vintage, it's in Hollowvine. That deck got a boost from Blazing Root Wallow, which was another card from Modern Horizons 2. Plus, this gets more Commander play now around a new card from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. You'll find this in Delina Wild Mage builds. Number 9 is one of those cards that you see in multiple formats. This is Shadow Spear. It goes up 373 this week to 1839 for a 25% increase. In Standard, this is doing some work in some newer builds like Mono White aggro. It's in Mono Green mid-range, Rakdos Sacrifice, sometimes Mono Green aggro as well, and more in the format. Pioneer, you'll find this in Azorius and Soul. Modern, it's in Hammer Time, a very popular deck in that format. Also in Urza's Kitchen, Affinity, Hardened Scales, Hell's Kitchen, and more. This gets a little legacy play too, but it is also a big Commander card. It's even getting more play now in that format because of Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Some players are picking this up as an upgrade to the new Aura of Courage deck. Others are getting this for fresh builds around a card from that deck, Galea Kindler of Hope. And I'm seeing this in new builds around another new card, Trelasara Moondancer. Number 8 is Scale Lord Reckoner. This goes up $4.30 to $13. That is a 49% increase. This is seeing more Commander play now due to the Dragon Tribal support in Adventures of the Forgotten Realms. One of those new cards pushing this is Tiamat. Many times you'll find this card in those Commander builds. Number 7 is Force of Vigor from Modern Horizons. It goes up $4.98 this week to $23.99. That is a 26% increase. Now remember, this did get reprinted in Modern Horizons 2 as a Modern Horizons 1 retro frame card, but remember, those can only be found in collector boosters, and they only come in foil and etch foil. They're not a very easy pull. Because of that, and the increased gameplay this is seeing, this card remains hot. Let's talk about Modern first. This is a huge Modern sideboard card now in this new meta. Good option against Enchantress. There's a ton of decks running Urza Saga. It's good against that card. And there's many decks that are just leaning harder on artifacts right now. Decks like Hammer Time, Amulet Titan, Urza's Kitchen, Hell's Kitchen, Stoneblade, Affinity, Hardened Scales, and more. This is a good sideboard option against all of them. Also a big sideboard card in Legacy too. In Vintage, you'll see this a lot of times in the main deck. It's just that good in that format. Plus, this shows up in Commander builds as well, including some new ones, Dristo Erden and Volo Guide to Monsters. Number 6 is Dragonlord Jermoka from Dragons of Tarkir. This goes up $5.26 this week to $33.76. That is an 18% increase. A quick note about this card as well, it got added to the list recently in Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, but since that card hasn't officially been out for a week yet, I didn't want to talk about it. We haven't established a baseline, and the card still hasn't found its price point yet. It's still very turbulent. But this copy, regardless, going up in value, as you can see. Again, it is because of the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms focus on the Dragon Tribe. Because of that, this is seeing more commander play. You will find this in Tiamat builds, and to a lesser degree, it's showing up in Dristo Erden builds as well. Number 5 is Stolen Strategy. It goes up $6.98 this week to $15.94. That is a 78% increase. This recently saw an increase in commander play. It's a good upgrade to the Planar Portal Adventures in the Forgotten Realms commander deck. Plus, it was mentioned as such in a recent Command Zone podcast that occurred last week. Also, I have seen some people putting this in fresh deck lists around Prosper Tomebound from that deck, and it is another card you'll find in Delina Wild Mage decks too. Number 4 is Uba Mask. This goes up $7.08 to $11.49. That is a 160% increase, and this is another card many people are picking up as an upgrade to the Planar Portal commander deck, and yet again others are building around Prosper Tomebound from scratch. Number 3 is Goldspan Dragon. This goes up $11.52 to $36.09. That is a 47% increase. In Standard, this is doing some work right now. You'll find it in Prismari Midrange, Jeskai Tempo, Izzet Dragons, and more. Also, this gets a lot of commander play, and of course it is getting more commander play now. It is a dragon after all, like we've been discussing. You're going to find this in Tiamat builds. It's also another card that people are putting in Planar Portal, others building around Prosper Tomebound from scratch. And additionally, this is good in another commander build, Draconic Rage. People are picking it up to put in that deck, or again, they're just building from scratch around one of the cards there, Wolfgar of Icewind Dale. And on top of all of that, I've seen this in some new builds around a card from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, Kalain Reclusive Painter. Number 2 is Darkness. The Legends copy up $4.91 to $20 for a 33% increase. Typically, I wouldn't include a Legends copy in this video, simply because those cards do have a life of their own when it comes to prices. However, since we're talking about the card, I thought I would throw it on here. The second copy is Time Spiral. It goes up $12.04 to $26.99. That is an 81% increase. And this is starting to show up in modern mill decks, which is why it is so popular right now. Granted, that deck is not the most played in this new modern meta by far, but as you know, mill will always have its fan base. And number 1 is another card that is in this mill build, and again, that's the main reason why it is going up in value. This is Archive Trap. Additionally, though, it does see vintage play. It's in Golo Stacks, that Hollowvine deck that I mentioned earlier, and more. Plus, this does see a little commander play too. The Zendikar copy goes up $11.32 to $40. That is a 39% increase. And the copy from the list that did join the list with Strixhaven, it goes up $12.38 this week to $37.49. That is a 49% increase. That's going to do it for your top 10 hot cards of the week. Remember to join us this weekend for the regular episode of the Market Watch, where we deep dive into everything that happens in the secondary market. Until then, though, hey, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.